If you are not studying in a church school, you may not know what it means to scare West Merry Garden. In fact, the Bible says that Jesus will spend all day. The gathering place with the disciples is Gethsemane Garden. Damas is across the door. Hey, it's so good. What about the third section of the Bitter Road and the fourth section of the Burial? It's just about Jesus living in this place before. Oh, I didn't live in this place before. The fourth paragraph is about Amalia. Come here. Jesus is like this. People see Jesus like this. What about this one? Jesus couldn't support it, so they all set up a church. Come. That's miserable. This one is distressed. The third floor and the fourth floor passed by. Okay, go ahead. Hey, and what about one degree on the right-hand side? What about Jesus? What about the diligence? I've walked through this road all over the road. I don't care about it. Go ahead. I overheard some hotel staff inside, possibly. Well, if you want to stay in these hotels, you have to be very determined, because these hotels are in the middle, so they are in the middle of the ancient city, so you have to hold back. It's a bit difficult to walk such a road and go so far. Everyone's noticed, yes, truly, this spot. There is a Salem area. In fact, there are so many soldiers with live ammunition around, and they are stationed there, so in fact, they are all very safe. Go on. In fact, this ancient city is really big. If you want to see every monument, I really don't know how long it will take to see the Iranian carpet. Where do you want to continue going out? Let's go to the Mount of Olives. However, this trip's focus isn't the Mount of Olives. In fact, I sell souvenirs first. In fact, they are concentrated in several areas. In fact, here, it has already begun to relate to where people live. There is a scenic spot in front, which is relatively few people go to. Can you see that everyone here is a church? It's so sharp. This one is a Muslim area. Providing drinking water is the best charity, there is no way to say, so there are many of them. Some mosques have some faucets for people, so they love to come to drink water. What if, many years ago, maybe 20 or 30 years ago, you went to some places like Dubai, Abu Dhabi, etc. In any room you have, you will be greeted when you knock on the door. Because religion means that when guests come, it's okay if you don't know them, but you always greet them. It's good, it's charity. Charity. That's right, but the family is not talking about clean water. Well, this is the first area of the Bitter Road. When you see it, it's Jesus. You Roman soldiers are guilty of sins. There are a lot of sacred square systems on display inside, many archaeological achievements of archaeologists, and it's a museum. It's a museum inside, but after your museum, what do you mean when you see the first one at the door? It's the first stop on the Bitter Road.
The first stop of the Bitter Road, our Jesus, is to pass, and someone will be sentenced to death. After that, I will continue to pass, but I won't talk much about this Bitter Road because there are many articles on the internet. Good, YouTube is good, it's all covered.
And inside the home, it's a museum, and it's a primary school next to it. You can't get into it normally, but you can get into a museum, and there is a church inside.
Because I started to walk slowly, getting closer and closer to the Lion Gate.
How good is it for a long time to go in and have a drink? Okay, go on. Where's the degree? There is a fence church, that is a lion gate, a road of Lion's Gate. There are many churches. Well, it's mainly about the border, not the cathedral. It's just for the good. This time I'm here to see the Virgin Mary.
Where were you born?
But there are really not many people here.
This is a relatively easy to miss scenic spot. How many biblical tales exist?
Where is the degree? Just where the Virgin Mary was born.
Oh.
This was for your desired place of birth. Mine was Virgin Mary's birthplace.
It should be this degree. But I don't know the explanation. So important, there are relatively few local tourists. There is a fall. I think this is really a wiki. I don't know what kind of doggy-style money there is on the website. Please introduce the intermediary Madonna and the Holy Word. How many of them don't know what they are? It should be tied to God. If Jesus buried his father and mother together, there are 3 symbols on it and buried one eye together. That is, one mosquito dollar eye. What does it mean? The internet is just about tin, but I don't know what it means to photograph it like a murder introduction. It's a cross. What if you don't have enough physical strength? Do you really need to consider how to come first? The entire ordeal feels pretty mundane. Alright, lions. Where can you explore the city wall yet pause to take in some sunlight? Lion's Gate. Walking directly to the Mount of Olives stands as an option.
According to legend, Jesus walked into the Mount of Olives, and Langley went through this road through this door and went into it again, but I don't know if it's true.
Hey, there's the Rockefit Museum on the left. Mount of Olives.
If you want to walk to the Mount of Olives, you can do it. I can look up and down. It's all so beautiful. It's 90% like Salem, but it's so hard to tie it. I hesitate to do it. Can I do it many times because it's really too tired to tie?